Hari Om. We are discussing life after death. And to discuss that, we are solely taking the support, the help of Kathopanishad. Kathopanishad, we have completed our studies for first chapter, and it's all Vallis. We have covered second chapter and two Vallis. Third Valli, very important mantra, we will start, and which has been quoted in many places and very vivid sloka in Bhagavad Gita. Okay, so Kathopanishad, second chapter, Tritiya Valli, mantra number 1. Urdhva-mūlo vakshākha ashvattha-sanātanah eshō-shvattha-sanātanah tadeva shukram tad-brahma tadeva-amritamuchyate tasmin lokāsrita sarve tadunātyeti kaścana. In the last Valli, means second chapter, second Valli, there we have discussed about the Swarup, intrinsic nature of the Brahman, who is the cause of the universe. Jagat Karan Brahman की स्वरूप निर्धारित हुआ है अंतिम लास्ट वल्ली में. Now what is the prose order? Eshah Ashvattha Urdhmulaha Avak Shakha Sanatanaha. Clear? Eshah Ashvattha Urdhmulaha Avak Shakha Sanatanaha Tad eva Shukram, Tad Brahman, Tad eva Amritam Uchyate. Sarve lokaha tasmin shritaha. Kaha chana u tat na atyeti. Etat vaitat. Eshaha means this samsar, ये जो संसार है. Ashvattha means Ashvattha vriksha, Indian holy fig tree, one kind of. And it is Nashwar. Nashwar की मतलब बहुत दिन चल सकता है, लेकिन एक दिन न एक दिन खत्म हो जाएगा. और जब जो एक दिन शुरू हुआ, चालू हुआ, ये जगत की नियम है. तो ऊर्ध्वमूलः, ऊर्ध्वमूलः मीन्स It has been started from Brahman. Avak Shakha means it has been started from Brahman. So, as if depicted that the root is on the top. And all other branches, Avak Shakha, it is going outwards and downwards. नीचे की ओर शाखा प्रशाखा विस्तृत है. ये सनातन है. सनातन मतलब कब से ये संसार वृक्ष चालू हुआ, नोबडी नोज. जैसे हमारा बोलते हैं ना, 6 चीज सनातन है, जिसमें है जीव है, ब्रह्मन है, जगत है. तो ये जो संसार, ये जीव का तैयार किया हुआ जो संसार, उसके बाद नहीं बोल रहा है. ये बोल रहा है पूरा जगत संसार जो ब्रह्मन से उत्पत्ति लाभ किया हो. क्योंकि हमारे पास संसार दो होता है. एक भगवान की सृष्टि किया हुआ और एक हमारे सृष्टि जो हमारे मन से उत्पन्न होता है. क्लियर? तो अश्वत्थः ऊर्ध्वमूलः अवाक्षातः सनातनः, अनादि प्रवाह. कब से चल रहा है किसी को पता? तद एव शुक्र. ब्रह्मन, तद मीन्स इधर. I will come. I don't want to explore everything in word for word. उन्होंने ही शुक्र मतलब शुद्ध, अपाप विद्ध, तद ब्रह्मन. उन्होंने ही शुद्धम है, अपाप विद्ध है, तद ब्रह्म, तिनी ब्रह्म, तद एव अमृतम. उन्होंने ही अविनश्वर है, जिनका विनाश नहीं होता, इंडिस्ट्रक्टेबल. उच्चते, ऐसे ही बोलते हैं लोग. उपनिषद बोल रहा है, ऐसे ही बोलते हैं लोग. क्लियर? सर्वे लोकाः तस्मिन् श्रिताः. सर्वे लोकाः मतलब पूरा के पूरा विश्व ब्रह्मांड, तस्मिन् श्रिताः वही कारण स्वरूप परम ब्रह्मन में श्रिताः आश्रित है. कह चन उ, कोई भी तत् न अत्येति, उस ब्रह्मन को अतिक्रम नहीं कर पाते. न अत्येति मतलब अतिक्रम नहीं कर पाते. कह चना उ मतलब कोई भी, तत् उस ब्रह्मन को, न अत्येति अतिक्रम नहीं कर पाते. ये तद वही तद, वही है ये परम तत्व, परम ब्रह्मन. दिस इज द मंत्र. So all those who have at least a scrappy knowledge of Sanskrit are advised to get hold of a copy of Bhagavan Shankaracharya's Bhashya upon this mantra. Gurudev is recommending that. It is a piece of joy. Even the great darshanik philosopher Bhagavan Shankaracharya was seemingly carried away into the realm of pure poetry and literature at the beauty of the deep suggestions contained in the above mantra. Like the sweet aroma of the night flower wafting towards us can give us an idea of not only the presence of the night queen shrub, but also the roots that sustain the plant. Likewise, Shruti Mata, the Upanishad, from an observation of the finite world of names and forms, wants to deduce the root of it all that lies in a region concealed from our superficial observation. Thus, in order to point out an unseen cause for the seen and experienced effects, the scripture is here bringing out a beautiful comparison of the universe projected out from the reality in the form of an ashwatha tree, people tree or pipala tree. It is also relevant here to remember that in describing the same fig tree, Bhagavan Vyasdev also has devoted 3 entire mantras in the opening of the 15th chapter of his masterpiece, Bhagavad Gita. So Bhagavan Shankaracharya ji in his commentary also provides us with a reason why the samsara has been compared to a tree by Upanishad. In Sanskrit, the word vriksha means a tree because it is filled. Felled. Vrikshana. Commonly known to the majority, there is no tree which is so extensive in growth, sturdy in build, and long in its duration of life as the pipala, and the Shruti Mata could not have thought of another tree equally appropriate to compare it with the world of plurality. Generally, the professional writers of cheap bazaar notes laid away uh, by the literal meaning explain the tree of samsara as having its roots above and the branches hanging down. This is absurd, and even the Shruti statement cannot make any Ashwatha tree to do a, in our Indian yoga, the one posture is called Sirshasana. Head is down and the leg is on the top. However, much misguided artists may try with colors to represent this misreading of the Shruti text by Sanskrit Panditas. Bhagwan Shankaracharya ji has very pointedly hinted at this misunderstanding. So, Urdhva Mula, roots up. The word Urdhva here does not mean up in the sense of geometrical up, but it is used to indicate the idea of reverence. Clear? Thus, of the many parts of the tree of samsara, the root is much more sacred and hence urdhva. The tree of samsara has its roots sucking out its sap from the Vishnu Yat Paramam Padam, the supreme place of Vishnu, the all-pervading Atma. Again, there can be yet another reason why Upanishad has chosen this Pipala tree for her purpose of representing samsara. The very word Ashwatha can be liquidated in Sanskrit into three component parts, meaning thereby that which will not be tomorrow. Ashwatha. And not Shwas means tomorrow. Stha, existing, meaning impermanent. Clear? So, Ashwatha can be liquidated in Sanskrit into three component parts, meaning thereby that which will not be tomorrow. Samsara is a word that indicates the world of the finite objects, where death and destructions are the constant happening. Samsarati iti samsara. Constantly changing, that is samsara. Clear? No simpler word would have more completely and so efficiently indicated the world of perishable objects as the Ashwatha tree. So, in spite of our repeated efforts at finding for them sufficient reason to generate their appreciation of this gem of poetry and philosophy. Our educated Hindu uh, brethren, in their hardened prejudice against the style and content of Upanishads, might yet find some difficulty in understanding it. So, with the help of Gurudev, this Divakar Chaitanya may here try to give for them yet another some examples. So, have you not seen in your history textbooks? It's from Gurudev. Charts representing the line of descendants of the various ruling families. Each of them starts with a great grandsire and then branches out into sons and daughters, who in their turn again spread out into an array of grandsons and granddaughters and infinitum. Anything. You just see any samsara chakra. हम लोग फिनिश कर देते हैं कि मेरा हम लोगों का पिताजी 3-4 भाई थे, उन उन लोगों का पिताजी मेरा नाना है या दादा है, क्या बोलते हैं हिंदू में आप लोग, उन लोग 8 भाई थे, हर भाई का 3-4 करके बच्चा है उनका, और ये सिर्फ 3 जनरेशन में ही ऐसा है. You think about the root from where everything has come. Clear? So, means sons and daughters who in their turn again spread out into an array of grandsons and granddaughters and infinity. So don't these printed charts look like a tree with its root up? Because कहीं ना कहीं से तो लेना पड़ता है जे he was the father, at least we got from that we are having 600 years lineage, suppose. So he was, according to our findings, he was the first one. He had 4 daughters, 2 sons, then the tree started. Clear? So it's like that, it looks like a tree. So, and they are literally called in English as the charts of family tree. If our modern historians, in their matter of fact, unpoetic approach to data, can come to use such a poetic idea of a family tree, would you not, if not in sympathy, at least in an intellectual understanding, give the rishis of the Upanishads the benefit of doubts? In short, the Upanishads wants us to understand only the simple fact that the finite world, the Ashvatha, is itself rooted in truth and maintains itself from the nourishments drawn from the absolute truth. The samsara is a tree mainly because it can be cut down and removed once and forever with the firm X of discrimination, viveka. Ashwatthaменam suvire suviro suviruddha moolam. Gita 15.3. Urdhva moolamadashakam ashwatham prahuravyayam chandamsi yasya parnani yastam veda saveda adhashodham prasitastasya shakhaha guna pravriddha vishaya pravalaha ashwathamenam suvirudha moolam asangashastrena dridhena chitva. Clear? So that is the thing. Now we will start our regular charcha, little bit in details. In many ways, we are going to see that. So Atma Tattva is very difficult to understand. Sometimes it's very easy to speak on Atma Tattva. If I give chance to everyone else, first he will tell no, 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 Swamiji, no. Then if I tell no as a student, you should do that, then he will try. Then we have to ring the bell. Stop, stop, stop. Your turn is over. Only 5 minutes told. You have already taken 15 minutes. So it's very easy to talk on Atma Tattva. Difficult to understand it. And it appears that it is as if it is next to impossible to accept it and apply it in our daily life. And many people, many scholars also used to think, nowadays also I don't know, they are thinking in that manner or not, that those mantras are just time-passing mantras. Yes, if you read Shankara Bhashya, it is written that as if, a long program is going on. So between two important talks, there is a 10 minutes gap. So people go here and there, have some tea and snacks. The scholars and the Karmakandi, they used to think that Upanishadic mantra is like that. Actually, the Veda contains the mantra of Karmakanda. It's like in the free time after the Karmakanda, one karma is over, another karma will be starting. In between, they are in some work. So what the other students will do, they will chant Upanishad mantras. It was the concept. So it's very easy to speak on Brahma Vidya. Difficult to understand, very difficult to apply it in life. And it's really next to impossible, not impossible, to get established in that knowledge. Yesterday or day before yesterday, someone was asking me that if we are having knowledge, so all ignorance will go. No. Each and every one is having knowledge. In the class, today we are having 13 people. If I ask each and every one that don't you know what is Brahman? Yes, 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 we know. Someone will can't remember, so they will see the note. Or if I just give them some clue, they will start telling. So you are having knowledge about Brahman, but you don't believe in that. That's the problem. If you are having 100% faith in your own knowledge, the life would have been different. We have a lot of dilemma, lot of samshaya in our own knowledge, in our own knowledge system. And that extends on Upanishad and Veda. At the time of speaking, we can tell that no, Upanishad are everything. We are Upanishadic, we are Sanatani, we are Vedic. Ved can't be Mithya. Ved is the breath of Bhagavan, blah, 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 blah. But if you really believe in that, there should not be, in gross level, no anxiety, no depression, no mood swing, nothing else. Nothing is possible. So just the glimpse I am giving that how much faith, respect, shraddha, prem, Vishwas we are having for Upanishad. No need to ask your Acharya. You can ask yourself by seeing your day-to-day activities, day-to-day transaction, day-to-day mood swing, day-to-day conversation. You can understand. You may have a lot of pride that Swami, you have no idea. Because almost every day I switch on the class, means I enter into the class at least 10 minutes before the class. I don't know whether you have noticed it or not. Two people have noticed who enters exactly 10 minutes before, two or three. So I just enter into the class 7:20. So you can ask, then I start calling, after 7:31 I start calling. That then also only three people, you please come. ये करते करते ही 8-9 मिनट चला जाता है और 7:40 को शुरू कर. तो you can ask me that don't you think that we are having enough dedication, otherwise every day we come over here, we listen to it. So our pride is that we wake up at 7:30 or 7 or 6:30, anything, and we join. Unless and until love is there, faith is there, we don't, it was not possible for anyone else. Yes, I appreciate that. I acknowledge it. But this is not enough. That is the starting point. Standard 1, standard 2, standard 5th. Yeah. 10th standard mein, if anyone gets first division or become the first in the state, it doesn't mean that he knows everything. It is just starting point. So our faith will be starting when we will live life according to Veda, according to Upanishadic teachings. When transaction happens, when my anger comes, when my depression comes, when my mood swing comes, can we apply this? When we start speaking, can we apply this? Because Brahmavid means not only Shraddhava, but also Tatparaha and Sanyatendriyaha. Sanyatendriyaha means totally absolute control in speech. Absolute control. What I'm going to speak, I have checked it 100,000 times. Why I am telling this? To whom I am telling? What purpose? What is the use of that? तो अब ऐसे नहीं चलेगा. मैं devotee of Upanishad, but Swamiji, I am a truth speaker. I thought, what is the problem? It came into my mind and I told. रास्ता गलत है. तो जाना है पूरब की ओर और आप चलना चालू किया पश्चिम की ओर. ये पृथ्वी गोल है, आप बोल सकते हैं. कभी ना कभी तो आ जाऊंगा. इट्स आवर ये एक वेदांतिक स्टूडेंट का ये नहीं हो सकता. डे टू डे, डे आफ्टर डे, इन आवर डे टू डे लाइफ, आर वी ट्राइंग in the same way? Are we trying? We may fail. मैं ये नहीं बोल रहा हूं कि आपके नहीं होगा, फेल नहीं होगा. हो सकता है. 100,000 times आप गिर सकते हैं. You can fall down. 100,000 times you tried or not. Are you regretful of your mistakes? That, oh, it was not required. You are not. If your regret is deep rooted, same thing cannot be repeated. Apply your logic now. If same thing is repeated, then intentionally you are doing, or you have no control over yourself. Your regression is just ephemeral thing. बातों का बात होता है ना. कसम से बोल रहा हूं, कसम से बोल रहा हूं. बच्चा लोग भी बोलते हैं. They have no idea. If we really regretful that why I have done this, and if we start thinking on it, why? I'm just talking about our speaking, just restricted into that. We'll get the answer that how much control less we are. How much control less. हम लोग सोचते हैं कि we don't feel any passion for anything else, we don't have any sexual desire, so I am Sanyatendriya. Absolutely wrong. It's a very small part. Life is a bigger thing. Do you have control in your thought process? Do you have absolute control in your speech? You will find some personality. Unnecessary talking, they don't share. They don't think, oh, we are so much together. No, no need to share. Unnecessarily, I can't burden someone else. A doctor knows all the medicines. It doesn't mean that he or she will apply all the medicines for the same patient. Whatever is required as minimum is possible. That is a sadhaka's lifestyle. कितना कम वाक्य से मैं पूरा बात बोल सकता हूं. जो साधना नहीं करते हैं, साधना मीन्स मौन, साइलेंस. उन लोग सिर्फ बोलने के लिए, मतलब आग्नेयगिरी जैसे होता है ना, वो उठने के लिए एकदम बैठे हुए हैं, कब मौका मिलेगा. हु आर वेरी आउटस्पोकन and extroverted. Maybe they have reserved themselves in a room, in a home. Nobody comes to her, or she doesn't go anywhere else. It doesn't mean that he or she is a sadhaka or sadhika, or he or she is a maunam. No, she or he is just finding an opportunity to tell, to speak, to write something else. Just finding out one opportunity. This is not Sanyatendriya. Sanyatendriya means he or she will find opportunity. How much I can be at silence. लोगों को आप जितना समझाओ, आप बोलेंगे नहीं स्वामी जी, आप मैं नहीं बोलूंगा तो गलतफहमी पैदा हो जाएगा, अमुक तो ऐसे बोलते. लोग उतना ही समझते हैं जितना उनका समझदारी है, वो जितना समझना चाहते हैं. मैं उम्र में आपसे बहुत कम हूं, लेकिन इसके अलावा भी मुझे पता है कि यू एक्सेप्ट दिस मच ऑफ वर्ड्स, जितना आपको पसंद है, जितना आप चाहते हैं. यू हैव फिक्स्ड माइंड दैट आई विल रिसीव दैट. दिस इज द साइंस, ह्यूमन साइंस एक्चुअली. Sadhaka means availability of mind to accept everything coming out from either Upanishad or Guru. Shishya means the one who is verily available. Very, very available. Physically, mentally, intellectually. Physically available meant to, it depends on your physical engagements and physical possibilities. Suppose someone else is retired, but physically movability is very less, और आने का पाबंद नहीं हो सकता है. But mental availability, whatever he or she means, my acharya and Guru Parampara or Shastra says, I will accept it. नहीं नहीं स्वामी जी, अंधा विश्वास एकदम बिल्कुल खराब है. This is not blind faith. First one, you know how I came into that realm of spirituality. In my life, I used to believe there is no God. ईश्वर बोल के कोई है नहीं, ऐसे बकवास है. और साधु संत जो होता है वो बिना काम की खाना मिलता है, सुख की जीवन. इसीलिए and I was the student of science, pure science. एक दो पन्ना किताब पढ़ लिया ग्रेजुएशन की, वो भी, और खुद को वैज्ञानिक मानने लगा. कि विज्ञानी सब है, नेचर सब है, प्रकृति सब है, ईश्वर नहीं है। बाद में देखा जिनको हम लोग गुरु मानते हैं, आइंस्टाइन और जो भी, मतलब गुरु उतना तक तो नहीं जा सकते, दे आर ऑल बिलीवर ऑफ गॉड। तब मुझे लगा कि मेरा चिंतन पद्धति में कुछ गलती होगा, क्योंकि मैं तो विज्ञान को सिर्फ शीशा से देख रहा हूं, उसके अंदर गया ही नहीं। एक ग्रेजुएशन की स्टूडेंट क्या करते हैं, केमिस्ट्री लैब में जाकर कुछ केमिकल खराब कर देता है, फिजिक्स में जाकर ऐसे ऐसे पहली घुमा लेता है जो इलेक्ट्रोड बाहर रहता है, बायोलॉजी में आए तो कुछ डिसेक्शन हो जाता है, कुछ केमिकल मिला के वो देखता है। और क्या करते हैं इसके अलावा, थोड़ा इंक्विजिटिवनेस रहता है। लेकिन जो लोग विज्ञान में प्रतिष्ठित है, पूरा जीवन दे दिया जिन्होंने, इफ दे बिलीव आफ्टर डूइंग ऑल दोस थिंग्स, इट मीन्स मेरा चिंतन पद्धति में कुछ गलती है। सो व्हेन अ साधका विल एक्सेप्ट वेदा एज ए होल फर्स्ट, क्योंकि ये संस्कृत हमारा जो शिक्षण शिक्षण पद्धति है, ये एब्सोल्युटली डिफरेंट, और उसी मेथड को अभी वेस्टर्न जगत अपना रहा है। व्हाट इज वेस्टर्न जगत की शिक्षण पद्धति? ये पहले नहीं नहीं, अगर मैं नहीं समझूंगा तो मैं कैसे, हाउ आई विल रिमेंबर दैट, मेमोराइज कैसे करूं? तो तब उनको लगता है, लेकिन हमारे संस्कृत में क्या है, संस्कृत शिक्षा कैसे होता है, हाउ फर्स्ट मेमोराइज, then the class will be there. If you go to gurukulam, in the earlier gurukulam also, the traditional gurukulam is there, with the drum they are just doing om sahana vavatu, om sahana vavatu, om sahana vavatu, om sahano bhunaktu, om sahano bhunaktu. You will get the same thing in Buddhist monastery. I don't know how many of you have visited any Buddhist monastery. There is drum, and the stick, and they are beating and they are studying and memorizing. Our Shikshan Paddhati, the traditional thing is first memorize, means first accept with Shraddha, then everything will be unfolded into you, in front of you, by the grace of Guru, by the grace of Shastra, by the grace of God, and by the grace of your own self. That is our tradition. So, we all are the product of the Western education system. So first we want to understand everything. And we think that if we understand, then we can memorize or something like that. So, Shraddha, that is why Bhagavan first told Shraddhavan lavate jnanam. So that the brikha, that urdhumulam adhashakam ashwatham prahuravyayam, that mantra, you can understand if you have enough faith in Upanishad and Guru Parampara. We will continue it tomorrow. It will take 2-3 classes. Get ready mentally, that one for one mantra. Okay. Hari Om.